One day, a father and son was traveling by train. The son was talking like a small child. He looked outside the window and shouted, "Wow, the trees are running back, and the birds are flying here and there. What an amazing scenery." The co-passengers were surprised by watching the behavior of the boy, and they asked his father, "Why your son is behaving like a small child? Is this the first time he is traveling in the train?" The father replied, "My son was blind for the past 25 years, and he was admitted in the hospital, and the doctor did an eye surgery, and he got his eyesight back. And now he is able to see everything," and he was expressing his happiness. Hello listeners, welcome back to the second episode of podcast from Innovativeastrosolutions. What do you understand from the story of this boy? Eyes are essential for our physical experience. Hold this point and we will come back to this after some time. I am going to discuss about Vedas for next few minutes. Vedas are large body of text originating from ancient India. They are the compilation of best practices to be followed by each one of us. Similar to how we have an user manual to the machine and gadgets, Vedas are like a user manual for humans. Theoretical physicist and father of atomic bomb Julius Oppenheimer had gone into depression and repentance for his creation of atomic bomb. The only way he was able to come out of his depression was after he started reading the Vedas. He said that access to the Vedas is the greatest privilege this century may claim over all previous centuries. This remarks the prominence of Vedas. Vedas are vast. They comprise of 4 vertical pillars, namely Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda and Sama Veda. The Vedas are subdivided into horizontal beams called Vedangas, that is Veda Angas, or otherwise called as limbs. The 6 limbs of Veda are as follows. The first is Siksha, which talks about phonetics. The second, Chandas, which talks about poetic meters. The third one is Vyakarna, which discusses about the grammar. The fourth is Nirkuta, which talks about etymology and linguistics. The fifth is Kalpa, which discusses about rituals and rites of passage. And the last one is Jyotisha, which helps in timekeeping and astronomy. Jyoti in Jyotisha means light of heavenly bodies. Since Jyotisha deals with study of heavenly bodies, it has a great importance in timekeeping. Let me explain that for you. As we discussed in the last episode, the time is relative and it depends upon our experience. When we are deeply involved in an activity, hours pass by minutes. On the other hand, when we go through a bitter experience, few minutes may pass like hours. Isn't it? As humans started interacting with other communities, they are forced to come to common agreement of time, at least for transaction between them. By observing the nature, man understands that earth is in constant motion. If something is in motion, then time should exist because the time and motion must coexist. Hence, the motion of heavenly bodies helped man to come up with a time that everyone can agree. Even though the time depends on experience, the time between the sunrise and sunset will be same for all living beings on the earth. Thus, the movement of heavenly bodies helped the ancient man to fix the time, Kala. Now, Jyotish does not stop with timekeeping alone. It goes one step further in studying the planetary influence on human affairs. Jyotish helps humans plan, transform, and even avoid negative mishaps in their lives. To give an analogy, Jyotish is like a modern day GPS. What does a Google Maps application do for you? If you decide to go from one location to another location, it helps with best route with less traffic including the right speed. In short, it helps you to travel your plan and reach destination without much confusion. Jyotisha is a GPS of your life. It helps you get an overview of your inherent strength and weakness, the upcoming obstacles or express highways in your life, and you can accordingly accelerate or apply brakes. It is not an exaggeration to say that Jyotisha is the best time telescope. With such a divinity, it is not a surprise to see that our ancient seers gave the highest importance to Jyotisha, and they refer it as Eye of Veda. Now, remember the importance of eye from our story of the boy we discussed? It is high time that everyone starts seeing the importance of Jyotisha, the Eye of Veda.
Hi, my name is Shivaraman. I have been learning astrology for the past 6 months. I am learning it from Muthu sir. And my question to Muthu sir is on the relationship between planets and the numbers. Just to give an example, I read it somewhere, lighting of 24 lamps for Jupiter. So I just want to understand what this number 24 is related to Jupiter, or how the numbers are associated with each planet. That's my question, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Siva, for asking this question. I'm going to talk a little bit about numbers and numerology to answer your question. The number is the idea developed by ancient in order to express multiples. To put that in paper and express, they were in a need of script, and that is called numerals. Thanks to our ancient seers, they not only introduced 0, but they also introduced the most widely used number system for the world. The number 1 is the first number and 9 is the last number. After this, all the rest are repetition. Isn't it? For example, 10 is 1 with 0 added, and 11 is 1 with 1 added, and it goes on. Thus, the number 1 to 9 are called single numbers, similar to how we construct words using alphabets. Now, do you know where did the Vedic numbers and mathematics originated? It is from Jyotish Shastra. It may be a little surprise to you, but it is true that numbers are originated from Jyotish Shastra. When we discuss about Vedanga, we saw that Jyotisha deals in astronomy, right? When our ancient seers found planets and space objects, they were in the need of system to measure the size of the planet and its distance from the Earth. That is when the Vedic number system originated. I am not going to discuss the details of Vedic number system because that itself is a separate topic. Our rishis assigned numbers to each planet. There are no enough documentation on what basis they assigned specific numbers for a planet. With their power of Divya Drishti, they might have assigned these numbers to a particular planet, or we don't have that divine power yet to decode the secret. According to them, the following numbers assigned to each planet. The number 1 is assigned to Sun, number 2 is assigned to Moon, number 3 is assigned to Jupiter, number 4 is assigned to Rahu, number 5 is assigned to Mercury, number 6 is assigned to Venus, number 7 is assigned to Ketu, number 8 is assigned to Saturn, and number 9 is assigned to Mars. So this is the relationship between numbers and planets. But whatever you have mentioned in your example, that I have not heard anywhere. Like why 24 lamps for Jupiter? I don't see any relationship with numerology, but that could be due to maybe other reasons. I hope you got some clarity on how numbers and planets are related. Probably I will talk on how to use this mapping to name a person with the aid of numerology in a separate episode. Thank you again, Siva, for asking this question. Thank you, listeners. We have come to the end of this episode. If you have any questions in this episode or any of the previous episodes, please feel free to record your questions in a voice message and send to my WhatsApp number. Please make a note of my WhatsApp number. It is 90084772228. Let me repeat, 90084772228. Thank you again to all the listeners. Meet you again in another episode.